She said it like it was nothing. It's just one night, she breathed, fastening her earrings, refusing to look at me. This was the same woman who used to panic if I fell asleep upset. Yet now my silence barely registered as a sound in the room. 8 years married. Hannah, 34. Naturally stunning. The kind of woman whose laugh once felt like it could break a bad day open and make light pour through. Lately, that laugh only showed up when her phone lit up. I was sitting on the couch, coat still on, fists pressed together. "Where are you going?" I asked, voice steady, too steady. "Out," she replied without lifting her eyes. "Girls' reunion. You wouldn't enjoy it. A reunion. On a Tuesday. Dressed like she was the centerpiece of someone else's fantasy." "It's just one night," she repeated, like it was a harmless charm meant to quiet the part of me that still wanted to trust her. And something inside me, something I'd ignored for months, finally stood up. "Then make this your last night here." Her head jerked up, confusion crossing her face. "What?" "You heard me," I said. "Calm. Quiet. Dead honest. If that door matters more than the husband sitting in this room, then go. But don't return pretending this is still home." Time froze between us. I watched her flicker, guilt, hesitation, calculation, then that iced over emotion she'd grown into. She took her purse. "You're being dramatic." "Maybe," I said. "But I'm done pretending I don't see the obvious." The door shut behind her, and somehow the sound felt clean. Not like abandonment, like clarity. I didn't run after her. Didn't scroll my phone. Didn't wait for explanations. I poured a drink, went outside, let the night wind blow through the trees. The house suddenly felt honest for the first time in a long time. At 2:17 a.m., the door opened again. Her heels clicked across the hardwood. She peeked into the living room, froze, seeing me still awake, glass half empty, eyes steady. "You're still up," she whispered. "I figured you'd want to pack." Her eyes widened. "Ethan, stop. You're blowing this up. It was just a night out." "That's exactly what you said," I answered. She looked away, fumbled with her words. "You don't even know what happened." "I don't need to know. I only know what hasn't been happening anymore. Honesty, respect, effort." She collapsed onto the couch, like she was trying to sit back inside a version of our marriage that had died quietly months ago. "You think I cheat on you?" she asked, voice trembling just enough to feel practiced. "I think you've already left," I said. "You just haven't packed." Her face flinched, because the truth hit its mark. Then her phone lit up beside her, a name I didn't recognize. She quickly flipped the phone face down. Silence. The heavy kind. The kind that says more than any debate ever could. "You can stay until morning," I told her. "After that, Adam will come over and help you move your things." "Ethan, please." "No. You made a choice tonight. You just didn't think it would cost you anything." Her eyes filled, but I didn't look away. Sadness eventually burns until it leaves only truth. She slept downstairs. I went up, laid on my side of the bed, stared at the ceiling. No sleep, but no self-doubt either. At sunrise, I heard cabinets open, zippers slide, the quiet noise of an ending. I didn't go down. Some exits don't require witnesses. The front door closed, final, and the air felt lighter. For the first time in years, the house smelled like nothing. And nothing smelled better than stale perfume and fake smiles. I made black coffee, bitter but honest. I didn't text, didn't block her number. I simply deleted it. There's a strange peace in not chasing closure, when someone already gave you the answer by choosing everyone but you. Later Adam came over, saw the empty living room, nodded. "You finally went through with it." "Yeah," I said. "Looks like I did." We carried her boxes outside, one by one, the remains of a life that no longer belonged here. When we finished, he clapped my shoulder. "You'll be fine. I already am." And this time it wasn't bravado. It was truth. That evening I drove to the coast, watched the sunset bleed into the water, wind on my face, ending and beginning in the same breath. You don't lose a person in one night. You lose them in tiny moments, ignored calls, half excuses, laughs aimed at someone else's screen. And I wasn't angry, just relieved. A week later she texted, "Can we talk?" I stared at it, and the old reflex to chase stayed silent. There's nothing left to discuss, I typed back. Then, I made a mistake, she wrote. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. But I wasn't living in the pauses of her choices anymore. I replied, so did I. But I learned. Then I deleted the thread and slept 8 uninterrupted hours, the kind of sleep that feels like forgiveness. Months later, I repainted walls, replaced curtains, reclaimed space that had been suffocated by tension. One Saturday, I bumped into Claire, an old friend, at a cafe. We talked, laughed, comfortable, effortless. No spark, just ease. On my drive back home, her last comment echoed, "You look lighter." And she was right. Lighter. Not euphoric. Not broken. Just lighter. Like I finally set down a weight I didn't know I'd been dragging. At home, the quiet didn't feel empty anymore. It felt mine. I poured a drink, stared out the window, street lights flickering alive. Somewhere out there, Hannah was probably replaying our last words, wondering if I softened. But I knew myself now. I didn't stop loving her in one night. I just finally started loving myself enough to let her go. Love isn't about who stays. It's about who still chooses to show up when staying hurts. For too long, I was the only one showing up. Now I show up for me. I lifted my glass, a silent toast to the end, and to what finally made sense. Peace doesn't come from holding tight. It comes from finally being willing to say, then make this your last night.